Hello, my name is Simon and welcome to AFC Bournemouth Analysis. Here's my preview of our upcoming trip to Huddersfield Town. There's a lot of reasons to be cheerful as a Bournemouth fan at the moment, as you might have guessed. We haven't lost a game since just before Christmas, and that was to Man City of all teams. It's just all going in a great direction for us at the moment. We're scoring goals, we're coming back from precarious positions, the whole team is functioning very well. And then when you add into that, Huddersfield are almost the exact opposite. They're in terrible form, lost their last 5 games, haven't won since early December. They're not creating chances, they don't seem sure of what they're doing anymore. The style of play that got them into the Premier League in the first place, an attacking style of play that left them open at the back, they seem to have abandoned or are trying to adapt to a more defensive outlook halfway through the season, which is very unwise. It's not what we did when we got into the Premier League. We just stuck with it and eventually it came good, whereas Huddersfield are trying to change how they play halfway through the season, and that's not gonna, you're not gonna get results that way, especially if you haven't got the huge budgets or infrastructure to back it up. So there's a lot of reasons to be cheerful heading into this game. Reasons to be fearful, pretty much all the points in the previous section. It would be very like Bournemouth to go to Huddersfield, early Sunday fixture, and just not really turn up. I don't think it will happen, but it has happened in the past. Last season in particular, there were some truly woeful away performances. Hull City, Middlesbrough come to mind, where we just rolled over against any team that just pretty much put up any kind of fight. But I think we'll do better this time. But make no mistake, Huddersfield, although they're in a terrible run of form, they have got good players that can hurt us. And at home in particular, they're pretty good. If you look at their results at home, they haven't really lost to anyone, in and around them in the relegation fight, apart from West Ham, which was one of their most recent home games, where they got completely tanned 4-1. But apart from that, they've either drawn home games and been unlucky not to win them, or won them tightly. So, make no mistake, this isn't an easy game. If we go into it with confidence and we get at them from the off, it could be a very good day for us. But make no mistake, this isn't an easy fixture. What will be interesting to see is whether we play 3-4-3, which brought us so much success at Stamford Bridge, or whether we stick with 4-4-2 as we did midway through the Stoke City game, which obviously Eddie Howe persisted with earlier this season to no real great effect. But it'll be interesting to see, mainly because Steve Cook's injured. Apparently it might be 4 to 6 weeks, which is a big miss if it's true. And it would mean that we'd have to play Jack Simpson probably in the back 3. So whether Eddie Howe will trust him enough to do that, I'm not sure. Personally, I can see it being 4-4-2 with Ake and Francis as the set. That won't work actually either because Smith is injured. So it's going to be really fascinating to see how we line up. Even I'm in my head, I can't quite work it out. But it'll be interesting to see what formation we go for. I think with the players we've got and the form they're in, we can cause Huddersfield problems whatever way we set up. But we'll see. As I said before, Huddersfield at home, they haven't lost a lot of games to teams in and around them. And I think, with the pressure they're under, I think they will put in a performance, but I think they won't be able to beat us, and I think it will be a draw. I think it will be 1-1. A couple of people got in touch on Facebook, so thanks so much for that. The first was David Yates, who said about how we can get about Huddersfield. He said, they played extra time midweek. We need to make them run, keep kicking it in the corners. I think we'll probably use Wilson's pace on the wings and his ability to drag centre-backs out of position to our advantage for sure. Huddersfield played quite a lot of first-teamers in their game against Birmingham midweek, so they could be a bit tired, but remember we play on Sunday, and I think they've had more than enough time to rest, so I don't think that'll be a huge factor, but definitely form will hopefully be a factor, and hopefully we can get them at them from the off and really knock any small semblance of confidence they may have left by scoring an early goal. And then Alan Harris replied to David Yates' comment on Facebook, and he said, "I agree. Keep the wingers tight to the line, making the pitch as big as possible, and press high and fast. Try to silence Aaron Moy, as he's the man who gets things ticking for them. Having lost their last 5 league games and not won since the beginning of December in the league, their Premiership bubble has burst, and let's hope it stays burst. Maybe if they're kept quiet, home fans' frustration at their lack of recent form might play into our hands." Yeah, I agree with most of that. Aaron Moy is definitely a player I admired earlier this season, but along with Huddersfield, his form seems to have completely dropped off a cliff. I looked at a Huddersfield forum because I'm sad like that, and pretty much, yeah, they were saying how they were worried about Aaron Moy, how his form's just dipped. But yeah, just the whole team's out of form. They're not creating chances, they're not scoring a lot of goals, and they're conceding a lot, obviously, which isn't a great recipe for success. So yeah, I agree that if we get at them early, which I think I've said about 20 million times in this video already, we can definitely get their fans frustrated. But make no mistake, they'll be up for this. Early Sunday kickoff, the crowd will be loud. Yeah, and I still hope, even if we beat Huddersfield, whatever the result, I hope they stay up, and I hope we stay up more, obviously. But I like Huddersfield quite a lot. I like their manager, I like the club. Ever since that League One playoff game, the infamous 3-3 draw where we lost on penalties, that was just an epic night, and I always have fond memories and thoughts towards Huddersfield Town after that night. So yeah, I hope they stay up, whatever the result. But yeah, hopefully we beat them on Sunday. But that's all for this time, this video. Thanks so much for watching, and please do get in touch for the Have Your Say sections in future videos. You can do that by following AFCB Analysis on Facebook and Twitter. The URLs are in this video's description, and they're also in text form here. So yeah, please do get involved. I'd love to hear from you. I also write for Yahoo Sport about Bournemouth once a week, and you can read my latest post by visiting my bio on the site in this video's description. There should be a new post up just before the Huddersfield game, hopefully. So yeah, please do read that. But yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and up the cherries in all departments.